It's another dubious and trashy recipe from Big Clive, and it's how to make emergency chocolate in a very short space of time. So you start by getting some butter. I used 30 grams of butter here because it's what was left in the fridge, and add drinking chocolate. Now it doesn't take long to melt the butter. I just microwaved this for less than a minute, and I'd recommend covering it because it does splatter a wee bit when it starts boiling. Then add as much drinking chocolate as if you've got drinking chocolate, that is, as it takes to sort of thicken it up. So there's one, two. Keep in mind that chocolate just has tons of sugar and cocoa in it, so yeah, it's fundamentally cocoa, sugar and fat. So let's try that. This is possibly too much. Then maybe not. If you've not got drinking chocolate, then you can make your own drinking chocolate by mixing 75% sugar with 25% cocoa and adding a pinch of salt, because that's fundamentally what drinking chocolate is. Mix it together and keep in mind this is not going to be quite as smooth and refined as actual chocolate, but it's fine. Once you actually taste it, you'll realise, actually it's pretty good. Once it's been thoroughly mixed together, I suppose that industrial processing, they just keep grinding it until it was a fine paste. Get a non-stick surface, like anything, whatever you can find that's non-stick, and put lumps of the stuff on it. Just random lumps. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could use moulds if you wanted. Silicone moulds would be quite good. The less cocoa you add, the runnier it will be, so you can make sort of more chocolatey drop type things. But if you use too little, it just ends up, of course, slightly cocoa-themed butter, which isn't ideal. So let's spoon these on randomly in lumps. And that's fundamentally it. You put this in the fridge because it's the fastest way to cool it down, and leave it for a short period of time, and then I'll be back in a moment and show you the results. Once it's had time to cool, and you know, it doesn't take that long to do that, then you can peel it off the non-stick surface or you can demold it, and it has a very interesting texture. When you slice it with a knife, it cuts fairly cleanly. It's almost like a thick truffle. And the texture is a sort of granular, sugary, sort of strong, dark chocolatiness. And it's very reminiscent of, to me anyway, of Thornton's Viennese truffles, which are sort of sugar-dusted truffle in the UK. It's very nice. I strongly recommend it for, you know, the amount of time it takes to make and the fact it's just standard materials. It turns out really well.